Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and Iron here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Rovi, and Mscribe, and today we got Ordinals anniversary.
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Not to us, but to, I guess, Casey.
I guess the Ordinal
Casey
ecosystem.
Rodarmor's brain dump into the world, which has now made him the man of the year, right?
Yeah, sexiest man of the year.
Well, I didn't say that, but just
whatever is going on over there in crypto land.
The sexiest man, yeah, in crypto for sure. If we're over here like trying to create ranking of men in the crypto space.
It's like Casey and then Vitalik, right?
I don't know. Vitalik hasn't really done much lately, has he?
No, he hasn't.
He's just been chiming in on ZK every now and then and stuff, so he's lost some of his sex appeal, you know? But Casey's at all-time highs, and for good reason, because Ordinals was probably the banger of the year.
Yeah.
Man, this year probably would have sucked so much if Ordinals didn't happen.
Yeah, it would have been extremely boring.
Straight snooze fest, probably. Yeah. And you guys...
we would have been talking about Tal the whole year.
Hey, maybe that would have been okay, but yeah, definitely not as entertaining as, I guess, witnessing this Ordinal space kind of like unravel from the very beginning. So we didn't capture the December happenings. Probably not many people did of last year.
No, there was not a whole lot of happening.
Well, I'm sure there were like a few people on, Twitter like, hey, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like February, March timeframe where things really took off.
Correct.
With
Hence we have the timeline here. It's like,
yeah,
mostly no one knew what the hell we were talking about, right? And nobody knew what was happening.
Correct.
Except we did, right?
And then you had like the fucking Moon Boys come in, right? Like, dude,
yeah.
If you guys actually learn from this guy who does know what's happening, this is coming up,
Right.
That's just like an indicator of entertainment value.
Right. Yeah, this is high entertainment.
A lot of entertainment to come, right? So
this guy's fully entertained here.
So all these guys are chilling. This is all of us in the in the Ordinals community.
Right.
If we've been paying attention, which is we have been, thankfully.
Yeah.
Claps for all of us, TJ.
Yeah.
So we are the lucky ones, dude.
That's right.
We're the lucky ones that we happen to.
We were prepared.
Right.
For the opportunity, right?
Yeah, the universe chose us, dude.
They did.
It did. The universe chose all of us who've been paying attention to this unraveling over the last year. Because now, things are going absolutely fucking bonkers. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so
how did it all start? Yeah.
I don't know how you found this. I'm sure it was like tweeted by somebody.
Oh, shout out Giorn. Giorn?
Yorn?
It starts with a J. Jiurn on Twitter. So that's where I found it.
Okay.
He does like the daily Ordinal recaps every single day on Twitter. So.
Oh, wow.
So he did the deep digging, so credits goes to Giorn to this like relic of a tweet here.
Yeah, so by the way, this is January 26, 2022.
Not 2023.
Correct.
2022.
So let's read what this says. The potential problem of declining block rewards and thus security is one of the few things in Bitcoin's long-term future that I'm extremely concerned about. It says, if I were Satoshi, I would have created a fast head emission for 10 years or so, and then a constant by amount or percentage tail emission instead of a current precipitously plunging halving cycle. However, we have to work with what we have, as the 21 million limit probably cannot be changed in a way that does not erode or destroy the value proposition of the network. So what do? Stimulate demand for block space. Come up with new ways to use Bitcoin and new ways to use L1 and bring things from other chains onto Bitcoin. And then I wish the copious demand for NFTs translated into demand for Bitcoin block space, which is one of the reasons why I'm working on a Bitcoin native NFT scheme. And says the scheme, which assigns serial numbers called ordinal numbers to Satoshis and tracks their movements across transactions, can anchor many types of tokens, such as NFTs, security tokens, and the like. I don't know if it'll work or have substantial benefits over other schemes, but at least I can try.
Nice, dude. Dude, look at that. This tweet got like no engagement, really. This is like truly a relic of the time. So this is Casey basically spilling out his heart. He's like, dude.
He's got 0 retweets, dude.
Exactly. So, yeah, the fact that this is being pulled back from the archives is it's kind of cool to see, right? And it gives me a lot more, like, what's the word?
Like genuineness?
Well, for sure, for Casey, right? Like, everything that has come about from Ordinals came from genuine like a genuine attempt at solving a real problem, like, right, that a lot of people are either actively choosing to ignore, but they're not aware of.
Think about the foresight of of understanding the actual problem where once the subsidy ends, and Bitcoin is the digital gold, and nobody's moving any Bitcoin, there's no incentive to continue mining because you're not making any money.
Yeah, and I can imagine, especially, among the maxi crowd, it's probably something that, you didn't want to discuss out loud.
Yeah.
For the the potential chance it could, bring some negative sentiment towards Bitcoin and such.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's easier to say that's a problem for 2140.
Exactly.
Not us.
Yeah, we'll let future civilization, crack this code and figure out a solution to this. But for now, only up.
Yeah.
Digital gold, haven't you heard? Stuff like this. So Casey's like, no, fuck that. What we actually need to do is introduce more robustness to Bitcoin and generate an actual ecosystem of value from it. So here's what I'm going to do. Right? Yeah. And he rolled it out and like as concise as he could have. This makes a lot of sense.
This is practically a full year before he actually rolled it out.
Right. So that just gives you an idea of how long it was been cooking in his head. So yeah. Thankfully he executed. Wasn't just an idea guy.
Yeah.
Put everything together. And here we are 1 year post deployment, post launch. What was the first thing he inscribed?
Here we are. The first, it's called on December 14th, 2022. So roughly about a year.
About 11 months later or such.
The founder of Ordinals protocol, Casey Rodarmor, inscribed the original piece of pixel art onto the Bitcoin blockchain. The piece depicted a black and white skull that he had created himself. It became the first Ordinal inscription ever.
Do you think he'll ever auction this thing? Like, he has it, right? He has to.
No, he has it, yes.
I wonder if he'll ever auction it. I mean, I don't think
he should. Like,
I think he should. It should become like part of fucking
the culture, like just
history.
Part of the community.
Remember, like, when Beeple auctioned his fucking art for $69 million? That was like a huge cultural like renaissance moment, I guess. It's like,
it was,
dude, yeah. So let's auction off the first, inscription, dude. And let Casey revel in his glory. $100 million Sotheby auction for this little skull thing.
Yeah. I can see that.
And then he rides off into the sunset. It's like, thank you, Casey. It's
like, see you, suckers.
Yeah. See you guys. Thanks for the cheddar. I'm out. Yeah.
But yeah, it's all here. All the links will be in the description. Leonidas chiming in. Of course, Ord.io. All right, so let's move on. All right, Crypto Slam. Greatest name ever.
Yes.
We're going to be looking at the volume of NFT sales happening on Bitcoin compared to all the other chains.
Yeah.
So if I can zoom in here.
I just remember, like, throughout the previous weeks of us covering Ordinals, like, so much of a big deal was made whenever Bitcoin was like tagging along, like, the top three.
The fact that it was even on the list.
Yeah. Like, everyone was, like, marveling in this, like, success, right? It's like, Bitcoin's up there now.
Yeah.
And now it's, like, just trampling over everything. And
it
seems like nobody's even noticing anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, expected at this point.
Yeah, it's over 2x in sales.
Yeah, it's not even close, dude. The action is clearly on Bitcoin, and it's like it's been persistent for the last like month or two, like this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Bitcoin's been competing for the last 6 months or so on this chart.
Correct. Yeah, but it's like, and you're starting to see it on Twitter too. You're starting to see a lot more of these posts of, ETH, NFT, maxis or whatever. People who found wild success in the last cycle. They're like, okay, I'm coming over to Ordinals. You guys have caught my attention.
Yeah.
I'm in. I want to find out more, right?
Yeah. And that's the vast majority of people don't know what's going on Bitcoin.
Well, yeah. Like, look, there's only 11,000 buyers here, like, I guess today, right?
Yeah, compared to Solana, which is 25,000.
Yeah, so there's really not that many people yet. And we did like a comparison, like, to like last bull cycle. Peak was like around 150,000 buyers in like a given spot.
In a given slice, yeah.
Yeah, so... I mean, we're not even close.
Yeah.
To like the top end, right?
Yeah, agreed. So yeah, things are still early. And, I actually hate that meme. It's like, we're still early, but it's so true. That's what's annoying.
When is that threshold when you get like, you can't say that anymore. It's like, we're not really that early anymore.
Yeah. How do you know that? That's an important question, actually.
Yeah. I feel like we're starting to cross over that. Like, it still is early, But I feel like this last year was actually early.
Yeah,
early.
yeah. So I think we're the early adopters.
Right.
And then there's going to be an early majority.
There you go.
And then it's over.
And then it's like retail mania FOMO.
Yeah, it's over.
Euphoria.
Yeah.
And then it's over. Yeah, the fucking, what do they call it? The fat lady stopped singing, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's
definitely
coming.
stops.
So yeah, it feels like we're crossing over into this like early majority phase, potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
All right, so we're looking at early inscriptions are the alpha.
Yes. Again, speaking of soft bees, so it's already happening. Yeah, Casey hasn't auctioned inscription number 0, but these shrooms are getting huge.
All right, is this inscription number 1, 2, and 3?
I don't think so. No, definitely not. They're not.
Okay.
But these are like some of the earliest. They're probably like sub 100 inscriptions. These are like
Okay.
some super early inscriptions, I think.
Yeah, so
They're getting some mega sales.
200 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand.
For a little fucking avocado, dude. With the heart.
It's not an avocado, it's a
That's
shroom.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude, let me zoom in.
That looks like an avocado.
That's a shroom
inside of an avocado?
in green flames, dude.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's on fire, dude.
He is on fire. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is very reminiscent to NFTs, dude. I remember like seeing stuff like that, and we're like, dude, how is that selling for that much? You know?
Yeah.
Like there's like fucking squiggles selling for like millions of dollars and shit. Literally squiggles.
Yeah. Now that was weird.
Yeah. Well, we're on our way to that, dude. It's coming.
Well, at least these are early inscriptions, right? There's
Yeah.
substance behind, 100K right there.
I totally agree. Yeah, they're actually like artifacts, real relics of time. You know.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at Onchain Monkeys. They just announced a $5 million seed raise. Congrats to Danny and team.
Yeah, we love Onchain Monkeys and MetaGood. They're definitely doing some cool stuff, and I think their migration is already done, right? Or
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's huge. So this is good. Another big Ordinals team securing some VC backing. So some people might not like that. Some people do. From our perspective, that's always a good signal.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who Danny is, definitely check him out. But he created a bunch of like protocols on the Ordinals client, parent-child.
Yeah.
I think endpoints, I believe.
Recursive inscriptions.
Recursive, yeah.
Yeah.
So he made a big contribution. So congrats to those guys. We got Octai Ventures, Bitcoin Frontier Fund, UTXO Management, London Real, and Peach XYZ.
Yeah, so it looks like they're on their way to building a Bitcoin art marketplace, dude. So yeah, I think we're gonna see like an influx of new participants and new. We saw this with NFTs too. Once NFTs really kind of blew up, everybody was making a marketplace. Even Tom Brady had like an NFT marketplace. Everybody wanted a piece of the pie.
Tom Brady's a genius at NFTs, dude.
Right. So it's gonna happen again here in Ordinals, right? Because if you remember in NFT land, that pie was fucking huge. It was $60 billion of pie, right? So if you're seeing all that money coming in, it's like I just want to like if I could get like
a crumb,
a crumb of that pie, I'm happy, right? So you're gonna see a lot of people making these new marketplaces and such.
Yeah. And we got another tweet here by Jamie. Says Sats price rockets 120% after Binance confirms official listing of BRC20 Sats.
Yeah, dude. So everybody kind of saw this coming after Ordi got listed.
Yeah.
It was pretty inevitable. Sats, and most likely next on the list is probably Track because it's on a nonstop heater.
Yeah.
So Binance and other exchanges, they tend to take notice of this. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of volume in these tokens.
Yeah, I mean, it is their business.
Literally.
Right? If anywhere there's volume, it's on Binance.
Yeah, and they want it.
Yeah.
They want you to bring it to them, right? So they can make the killing. And
it just sucks we're in the United States. We can't access Binance.
It does suck.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, but the rest of you guys get to have fun with that, I guess. Yeah. We just get to watch it and report on it. So congrats to all Sats holders, dude. I mean, I remember we were making videos on Sats when it was still minting. And we're like, dude, it's like how high?
Interesting.
Like how high can this go? But yeah, we didn't think it would be $1 billion market cap within like a few months. Definitely not. But
no,
that's just one of the crazy things about this space. It just always takes you by surprise,
Yeah. Moving on, we got a tweet here.
Let's see if we can decipher what this one says, dude.
Yeah, let's translate this.
Well, it's more just like a visual representation of what we're seeing is like token madness, dude. Look at all these different token protocols here.
Yeah, so he lists out Bitmap, Ordinals. We got NET in here, Mice, Rune, Cook,
Stamps,
Ordi, Atom,
Atomicals, pipe tokens, inscriptions. What's that? Able? Oh, it's probably like Avalanche and Poles is probably what?
These are the inscription tokens or what?
Yeah, like inscription tokens. These are just different fungible tokens, like ordinal variant spinoffs, and their fully diluted market caps, respectively, of like their top tokens representing those ecosystems. So, I mean, as time goes along, there's many more that's not even on this list.
Yeah.
Right. This ecosystem just continues to get more and more and more competitive and saturated, you know?
Yeah. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see it like on an actual, like, all together list, right?
Yeah.
It gets way more expansive than this, and CBRC 20s isn't even on here yet.
Yeah, correct. All right, moving on. All right, we're looking at Unisat BRC20 Market. Let's do a refresh here. And let's take a look at what's going on the BRC20 Market. And I guess the point here is that everything's up, you know, at some percentage.
Look at track, though, dude.
273% for Ghosty.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Ghosty, we should be interviewing them soon, right?
Yeah, sometime next week.
Yeah, so we're going to get the inside look at how the hell are they doing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Yeah, quite the puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, it's a swapping protocol that seems to work like seamlessly.
Yeah.
And that's no small feat. Like
and it's anonymous too, using Monero.
Something like that. So yeah, we want to know exactly how it's working. Because this is going to be a pretty important primitive, I would say. This is any kind of like bridging mechanism that brings value from other chains.
Yeah.
In and out into these ecosystems, like that's a big deal, right? So and the market is obviously finding value in that.
Okay. All right, Ordinals. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with Doge. We got Doge, 81 million market cap.
Yeah, dude. What does your gut say when you see that?
That's the first token.
Yeah, I guess that's like the ethos, right?
Yeah.
First token, first is first, always the most valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But in Stamps' case, that's not even true because Kevin was you go to Stamps, same thing's happening. You know, these tokens are exploding in value. Kevin was actually the first one minted, but the market has chosen Stamp as the most valuable.
Yeah, I guess it's the branding, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people probably really don't know that Kevin was actually the first deployed. So
yeah,
it's up to you guys who are like part of this Kevin community to kind of get that narrative out there, I guess.
We were talking about this like way back in the day. We were asking like, who the hell was Kevin?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it was named after, you know, Kevin, what's his name?
Wasn't it like an NFT project with?
I don't remember. I don't know if we got like a definitive answer from that question. It's like, who the hell is Kevin? I think we just got a bunch of LOLs.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys don't know who Kevin is? It's like, no, we don't. But
it's like, neither do we.
Yeah. But yeah, when we first discovered Stamps and SRC20s, we're like, man, the market cap was probably like 1 million, 2 million collectively, right? So a lot has happened since then.
That's true, man.
Yeah, man. It's happening.
All right. Good old Cyborg. On the first anniversary of Ordinals, we give the community our CBRC Indexer Token Explorer. Yeah,
so for all you guys who saw our video earlier this week about CBRC 20s, I mean, another token ecosystem going absolutely bonkers, like so quickly. And, of course, everybody always asks, when Indexer?
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's your link. Definitely you can go there. If you've been minting, it's going to show you your balances.
That's right.
Your token balance, and get an accurate picture of like what you actually hold, which is important.
All right. Saturn, a second Bitcoin token has reached $1 billion market cap. Another Bitcoin token where centralized exchanges account for nearly all of the trading volume for this token. The time for the new standards that bring this volume on chain is now. The time for rings is now.
Oh, God, dude. Another one on the horizon, dude.
Yeah.
Another one. So we talked about this earlier. We're like, what's the threshold or the limit of like where this kind of like becomes ridiculous? Like all these different fungible token protocols or standards and such. How many do we actually need? And like, at what point do we kind of like interpret this as like we're entering a frothy stage of the market where like everybody's just kind of introducing a new token standard, and then like again the meta of the now is like, you know, mint those first few tokens, and those are going to be the guaranteed 100x plus returns.
You bring up a good point because once people, these like random like Twitter anonymous accounts start coming out with BRC21 and 22 and 23, and they're claiming it's like the greatest of all time token protocol, and make sure you mint the first one, right? That's when it becomes like unstable, right? Because they're not bringing anything new to the table, right? Like CBRC20 is something new, right? BRC20 was the first one.
Well, they're saying like, so everyone has like their own narrative spin, right? So it's like, they're basically all introducing the same product. Yeah. Which is largely like a non-functional fungible token. Yeah. Like the same thing that BRC20 initiated, right? It's like a very like a dumb token standard, meaning like there's no introduction of like functionality or logic into these tokens. Right. The only one we saw do that was TAP, right?
Correct. Yeah. But each one has its own like different narrative. They're bringing something new. Something.
Even Stance with SRC20. It's like, these are unprunable.
Yeah, correct.
Now they're saying like all this volume is happening on centralized exchanges, but with these rings, this is going to be all on-chain activities.
I don't know. I think I interpret this a little bit differently than you did. It's more like all that activity that's happening in centralized exchanges should be happening on a decentralized exchange. And so they could be bringing in not a new token protocol, but a way to trade.
Well, if you remember, this is Saturn, which is like a rare sat platform. So I think this is how we're going to convert some of these large token supplies of rare sats into actual fungible units, possibly. I'm just theoretically trying to predict what it is they're going to drop here, but it's coming. We're going to find out real soon. Yeah. But the point is, like when do we reach that point where, okay, all these proposed standards, they kind of like lost like their value introduction.
Well, I think that's the point where everybody has to do real research. You know, DYOR. Yeah. Like just because you call it BRC22 doesn't mean it's actually a new fungible protocol. It could be a scam. That's when you have to do research. You can't just go blindly ape and mint these things, because what you're doing is pumping the bag of the guy who invented it. Right? That's the problem.
Right. Okay, I guess TBD, dude. TBD. Yeah. We don't know yet.
All right. Today, Bitmap breaks upward in a parabolic move towards $160 floor price, 50% move on the day.
Yeah, dude. Another fucking can't believe this is happening moment.
Yeah, I'm surprised everyone likes the metaverse so much, dude.
Because it's on Bitcoin. Didn't we call this?
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's the metaverse on Bitcoin.
That's right. Yeah, but again, I just didn't expect to see this so soon. So there's a lot of really, 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 really positive like traction at the moment. That's why I'm kind of saying like it feels like we're at a transition point. We're probably going to experience like a pullback pretty soon.
100%.
I would expect.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if to me it feels a little overly frothy, but I could be wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, and then we're going to experience 6 months of like everybody being pissed.
Well, rebuilding and like coming up with new value propositions again for that early majority adoption curve and stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Post halvening and
then it's just gonna go up again, right? This guy.
6 months of this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 1 month of this guy. Like, have you guys been seeing what this guy's been doing? It's like they've been cooking over here. You guys should be, there's entertainment value, and then this happens.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the story of crypto, dude.
It is.
We've seen it so many times.
And speaking of story, we got Stacks. So Stacks is going to be another, layer 2 solution to this mania that's going to be occurring. That's going to cause every single transaction to be $100 minimum.
Yeah, it feels like Stacks and Alex Labs is like, that's where we are right now with this guy. It's like, they just don't know. At some point, like layer 2 is going to need to be adopted. Yeah. Most people just don't know that, right? Yeah. This guy does. And then at some point, we're like, hey, you guys realize like everything is too expensive, right? Yeah. You guys should be using Stacks and Alex Labs. And then, this comes later. But yeah, I think people are slowly starting to realize that, hence Alex Labs. Look at that fucking God candle, dude.
Disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Wow.
So it's happening, dude.
Yeah.
What a moment. What a moment. This is one hell of a way to close out a year.
You know what's crazy is that this was absolutely predictable.
Yeah.
across the board. Like, this was easy to see.
I don't know. I don't know about easy, but we tried our best to kind of like formulate a logical thesis around all this, like in the early days.
Yeah.
Before all this, like
confirmation.
Yeah, before all this confirmation, like, you know, it was just, we could see the horizon. Like, damn, there's a lot of potential value here. But now it's like actualized value, like before our eyes in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thesis has been proven correct.
Yeah. If you guys want to go back in history and watch our early Ordinals videos back in February and March, we're saying exactly what we're saying today, what we said 8 months ago.
Yeah, when the BR20 market collectively was like $20 million, like, there's a lot of potential here, guys. You should probably pay attention to this. Yeah. Right? And then with track and bitmaps, it was like, dude, there's a lot of potential here, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously. You should pay attention.
Yeah.
Right?
So we did say that.
Yeah, I guess next year we'll say some other things. You know, we'll get to it soon.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for us. If we've missed anything, let us know in the comment section below. Make sure you follow us on all our Twitter accounts. There's a lot of them. I appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.